Yes, the individual assignments.
Okay.
I think I've asked you to open an individual Google Sheet, which should be shared with me.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr.
So use
Professor.
the same file. Use the same file and open a new worksheet and use it for this particular example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Professor, I want to
Yes,
ask,
sir.
like, variable overhead, is it the same as relevant cost?
Sorry.
Variable, whether they are
Mama, can you mute your something if you are not talking to us? Omar, go ahead.
I
Yes,
said
Mama.
variable overhead. I think they are also relevant costs.
Yes. Relevant cost is the overall. It's like all the cost. Mama, can you allow me? Mama, can you allow me to enter? Yes, Mama. Yes, sir. Yeah, Fando. Mama, can someone call Mama? Yes. Yes, I received it. What did you
share it with you. Did you receive it?
Yes, I will receive all of them. If you share with me,
Hello?
I'll receive them. They should be on my drive. Yes. They should be on my drive. I've received them. I've received them, Mama. Okay. Omar, go ahead. Sorry.
It seems
Okay,
like
Omar, you
Mama
were
is not.
asking whether. Yeah, his line is not. I don't know. Yeah, Omar, sorry. Yeah, you were asking whether variable overheads are the same as relevant costs. Yeah.
Yes, I think they are also relevant costs.
Yes. What are relevant costs? Relevant costs simply means costs that are relevant in decision making. They include variable costs, all forms of variable costs, direct material, direct labor, direct expenses. They are all relevant costs. Okay. So they include relevant costs include all variable costs plus directly attributable fixed costs. Okay, so any fixed cost that is directly traceable to the product is also a relevant cost. Is that clear?
Sorry, I think based on your explanation, like if the fixed cost is a general cost, in that case, it should not be treated as like relevant cost. Or
No, if the fixed cost is a general cost, as the name applies, general means is for everybody. Okay, you know, they say what belongs to everybody does not belong to anybody. Okay, so general fixed costs, absorbed fixed costs are all sunk costs. They are not relevant in decision making. Is that clear?
yes, but if it is directly related to a product, in that case, it should be treated as relevant cost.
Exactly. Just like the questions we are coming to do now. The question we're coming to do, you will have a directly attributable fixed cost. Okay? Okay. So shall we move? Now we're going to stop projecting our example 3. So we're going to go and do our question, which is Central Limited. So please go to Central Limited, everybody. Central Limited. I'm going to present short-term decision. Good. So now I'm going to create a new worksheet. So we're going to use the same file called short-term decisions Q&A January 2021. So I'm going to open a new worksheet. So I go to plus. A new worksheet will be open for me. By default, it's called what? Sheet 2. I double click on it and then I override. I'll call it example 3, EG 3, just to keep it simple. Okay. And this example 3 is called Central Limited. So I'm going to read this example before we look at it. Okay. The relevant costs are the differential costs between making and buying. And they consist of differences in unit variable costs plus the differences in directly attributable fixed costs. So that has answered your question, Omar. Okay, so relevant costs are variable costs and directly attributable fixed costs. Subcontracting will result in some fixed cost savings. Okay, then you have W, X, Y, and Z, unit variable cost of making, annual required units, total variable costs, direct attributable fixed costs, relevant cost of making. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just. Sorry. I'm not reading the question. I'm somewhere else. Okay. Fine. Let me look at it. Right. Example 3. Central Limited. Central Limited makes 4 components: W, X, Y, and Z, for which costs in the coming year are expected to be as follows: W, X, Y, and Z production units, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 3,000. Unit marginal costs, okay, direct materials, direct labor, variable production overheads, okay. Then you have a total of 14, 17, 7, and 12. Direct manufacturing fixed costs per annum and the committed fixed costs are as follows, okay. So force incurred as direct consequence of making W, X, Y, and Z, as you can see. And then the other one is order fixed cost committed, 30,000. A subcontractor has offered to supply units of W, X, Y, and Z for 12, 21, 10, and 14 respectively. Required, should the company make or buy the components? Okay. So when you look at this question, it's very similar to the little one we did, example 1, except that this one has contained extra fixed costs which are relevant. So these are fixed costs that are incurred as direct consequence of making W. Okay, that may be, for example, electricity that is bought specifically. For example, if you have a specific meter in production department that you buy electricity purposely for producing those. So you buy this much of cash power and it has all gone for that. So that is directly attributable to that fixed cost, isn't it? Electricity is fixed, but then because you bought it purposely and you've used it purposely for production of that particular product, it's a fixed cost, but it is what? A directly traceable fixed cost. Is that not the case?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So, but the fixed cost that is committed, will that be a relevant cost? Do you know what a committed fixed cost will mean?
The word committed, I don't understand it, but I think
Committed is simple. It's just the same as engaged. If a girl is engaged with another man, can that girl be married to someone else?
no.
Naturally, it's not supposed to be like that. So a committed cost is a cost that has been set aside for something else. So it cannot be used for something else, again, for some other thing. So if a fixed cost is committed, okay, so you cannot use it for any other production activities or whatever. So naturally, it is out. So it cannot be relevant here. Is that correct? So committed fixed costs are irrelevant fixed costs. Okay. So let's attack our question. So the same thing. We start with our headings. We start with our heading. So our heading will be the name of the organization, which is Central Limited. Okay. Central Limited. And the name of the statement will be what? What will be the name of the statement? Make or buy decision statement. Okay, so we say make or buy decision statement. Okay, so let's have headings for our products. We're going to use the whole of column B for our details, and then from column C onwards, we will do our products. We start with W, X, Y, and Z. Okay. So we have our, we can do our monetary items afterwards. So the first thing we consider is the variable cost of making. Okay, this time around, because we have been given units, so we're going to find the total variable cost for each of them instead of the unit variable cost. Okay, so in the question, we've been given the total unit variable cost, isn't it? As 14, 17, 7, and 12. Okay, so we're going to express this into their total variable cost. So that's the first thing we'll do. Okay, and then we're going to see whether there are any other costs. Okay, are we together? Are we together, class?
Yes.
Okay, so we say unit VC. I just sorting it VC as in variable cost. Unit VC for making. Unit VC for making. Okay. So what's the unit VC for making W? Quickly, please, and as per the question. W?
It's 14.
14.
Yes. X?
17.
17.
Y?
7.
7, and Z, 12. Chocolate.
12.
Right. So let's find our annual units. So we can multiply it to get our total variable cost. So what are the annual units for W?
1,000,
1,000.
2,000,
2,000,
4,000,
4,000,
and 3,000.
and 3,000. Good. So let's find our total variable cost. Okay, total VC. Okay. So how do we calculate the total VC? What formula should we put here? Wait. What formula should we put here? What formula should we put? Alaji Dabakora, Alaji, are you with us? Alaji? Nima, what formula should we put here? Nima Suare? Nima, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay, give us the formula that we should put here. I know we have to multiply the unit variable cost of making multiplied by the annual units, but tell me how we're going to code this in Google Sheet. What formula should we use specifically?
Equals to
Equals
bracket open.
bracket open, okay.
C7
C7. So I can either type it or I click on it. C7.
times.
Okay, what is times? Times is the X on the keyboard. Is it the X?
No, it's the asterisk.
It's the asterisk. And where is the asterisk? Where is the asterisk?
I'm not using a PC.
No, but if you use a PC, you've been using the PC a lot, Nyema. Assuming you are using a PC, where is the asterisk? It's on top of each number.
I forgot.
It's on top of number 8. So to type an asterisk, you press Shift and number 8. That will give you asterisk. Okay? So please take note, everybody, a multiplication sign in spreadsheet is not the X, not the capital X or small x, but it is the asterisk, which is a key like a star on top of 8. Is that clear? Okay, so multiply by, Nyima, yes, take us through again.
Multiplied by C8.
C8, excellent. So what do?
You close bracket, enter.
I close the bracket, I enter. Fine, this is correct. There's nothing wrong with opening bracket here, but even if you don't open a bracket, it will still work. Okay, it will still work because this is a multiplication, and you are stopping at only 2 numbers, so you know you can only do that. Okay, so after doing that, what should I do? I come here and do the same thing. Can I come to D9 and do the same thing?
No, you replicate.
You replicate. What is replicating? Please come down to our level. What is replicating?
You drag to the other side. You
copy and paste the formula in the other cells. So you do that by dragging. You can do it by dragging. You can click on it and copy, and then highlight the areas where you want to paste it and paste it. Various ways of doing it. Okay, so but let's drag it as you say. So we drag it this way, and then we have off. Wonderful. Thank you, Nyima. Right, so let's move. So the next thing we do is this the only cost that we have in the question?
No.
Okay, what other cost do we have that is relevant here for our decision making?
The direct attributable cost.
Okay, the directly attributable fixed costs. Okay, so we have them. So we're gonna say directly attributable fixed costs. Direct attributable. I just say FC for fixed cost. Okay, and we have been given, what are they?
1,000.
1,000.
5,000.
5,000.
6,000.
6,000.
8,000.
And 8,000. Excellent. So if we want to see the true these numbers, the way they're going to look, whether they have 1,000 or not, let us activate 1,000 separator. To activate 1,000 separator, we will separate numbers that are in their thousands. We highlight, let's say we highlight from column C to column F, and then we go to format, we go to number, and then we choose the number formatting, which will give us 1,000 separator and 2 decimal places. So we can do it there, but we don't need 2 decimal places, so we can go and reduce the decimal place by clicking decrease decimal places. Okay, this key here. So we click once, it reduces by 1 dp. We click one, it reduces by another dp, and then the decimal place is gone.
Okay,
but our 1,000 separator
Mr.
is
Fofana,
left.
about doing this now, you know,
Have
you're
you seen how
trying
we
to
do that?
round up or round down.
No, we are not rounding. We are not rounding up or rounding down. What we are trying to do is, well, by doing this, if there are decimals, it will round it. It will round it up. That is true. It will round it up by doing that, but it will still stay in there. So, you know, there is a rounding up or rounding down function that you use to round up a number or to round it down. Well, in this case, actually, we are just taking it to the right decimal place, which is a 0 decimal place with 1,000 separator. Okay. Good. So now, what do we do? Let's calculate our relevant cost of making, which will be our total relevant cost of making. Okay. Relevant cost of making. So our relevant cost of making. So let's calculate our total relevant relevant cost of making. So what are we going to add? Which numbers are we going to add? Wait. Let me catch some people again. Yes, Rabiatu, we have spoken. Yes. Brigadier General, Yankuba, tell us, which numbers do we have to add to calculate our total relevant cost of making? And you have to tell us what formula should we put there. Yankuba? Yankuba, are you with us?
He just left.
Did he?
He left the meeting. I think he's having a network issue.
Wow. Or maybe network is okay. Jojo Njai. Jojo, can you help us? We have to talk here. I want to make sure all of you understand. Yankuba, you want to try? You are back. CDS, you are only laughing, eh? Tell us. Has he got problem with the? Has he got issues with his phone or whatever? Okay, Jojo, can you help? Is Jojo online? Jojo Njai? Jojo? Khadijatu Dibaka? Khadijatu? Khadijatu? Are they just ignoring me, pretending as if their system has problem or what? Khadijatu, are you with me? Yankuba, you want to try? He cannot talk. Jojo? Hey, Yarafan. Fatu Keta? Fatu? Fatu Keta, Buba Keta? Are these people just sewing us
Hello,
there?
Mr. Governor.
Yes, Buba.
Hello, Mr. Fafana. Can you hear me
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you, Yankuba. Yes. Well, Buba, let's allow Yankuba to do it first. Yankuba, yes.
now? We start adding from the unit of BC for making. That is from 14.
Okay, so tell us the formula. Which formula should we use?
It's going to be, hold on, C, in the number.
You're not seeing it? Can I expand it more?
C7. It's okay, C7.
I've expanded it. Okay, C7. So you start with equals, yeah?
Yeah, equal to C7, yes.
Okay, C7. C7,
And then
is that right?
the two dot, yeah?
C7? C7 is the
And
unit price. Yankuba, C7 is the unit price. It's the unit variable cost. Are we trying to add unit or what? Okay, let me tell you. We are adding the total variable cost of making to the total attributable fixed cost.
Okay.
So give us the formula. Equals?
And that is equal to C9.
Okay, C9.
The small dots.
No, if you want to use that,
The
if you use the sum, that's when you use that. But if you just use the cells directly, you say equal C9 plus, you use the plus, and then C10, you enter. Okay, so that gives you 15,000. Okay, and we replicate. Excellent. So let's make this bold so that it can stand out. Okay, so this is our relevant cost of making. Okay, so let's go to our relevant cost of buying. Okay, let's go to our relevant cost of buying. So what's the unit variable cost of buying? unit VC of buying. Okay, give me the purchase price, the unit purchase price, as per the outside contractor, as per the subcontractor. Give me the prices, please, everybody.
12,
It's 12,
Okay. 12,
21,
21,
21,
10,
10,
and 14.
and 14. Excellent. Okay. 12, 21, 10, and 14. Excellent. So now we are going to find the total variable cost of buying. We have our total VC of buying. Okay. So what's our total variable cost of buying? Which numbers are we going to multiply? Janko, can you help us, Omar, before you come? Janko Jete. Jete kunango kuri wantara domoro la je.
What do I say?
The network is... Sorry?
I say
What
what
I'm
are you
asking
saying?
is, my question
I
is...
don't know what you are asking me.
You cannot see my screen, can you? Janko, can you see my screen? Are you
Yes,
following
I
the
can see
class?
your screen.
Exactly. So what I want is, I want you to tell us what formula we should use to calculate the total cost of buying. We know that the unit cost of buying is 12, and the annual units are 1,000, 2,000, and so on and so forth.
Yes,
So what
yes, I can see your screen.
Sorry? Okay, we don't seem to be getting him properly. So can someone help? What formula should we put here? Ibrahim Dabo.
Hello.
Yes, Ibrahim. Yes, go ahead. Can you help us? What formula should we put here?
Mr. Fofana, definitely I'm not following.
You are not following. Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Right now, you see where I am. I think you can see me.
You are in the office.
Yeah, we are so busy on salary processing right now.
Oh my God. You need to have time for yourself.
Yeah, but I will try and catch up by the grace of God.
Okay, inshallah. Okay. Who else can help?
Let me try.
Yes, Umar.
It will be equals to
Equals
C13.
C13, which is the unit price of unit purchase price,
Times
multiplied by
C8.
C8, and C8 is the annual unit.
C9. C8 exactly.
No, it's C8. You are right. You are correct. And then we replicate. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So do we have any extra cost of buying? You know, the extra cost of buying will include transportation costs, freight charges, you know, and so on and so forth. So we don't have that here, but it's a possibility that it can come in a question. Okay. So the total variable cost of buying is 12, 43, 40, and 42. Is that clear?
Sorry, Mr. Fofana, you said that like if there is anything attached to in the process of buying.
Yes. For example,
here.
exactly. For example, you know the buying price is not just the price you pay to the shopkeeper, but is the price that you pay plus any incidental costs that have been incurred, freight charges, transport charges, or whatever. Even if you pay people to be loading and offloading, you know, usually when you go to buy cement, they will say, okay, we will unload for $5 per bag and we will offload for $5 per bag. You understand? Those are all costs. They are part of it. Okay. So in case such costs arise, they vary. For example, if you buy 1,000 cement, they will say every bag will pay. You have to pay this for unloading or offloading. You understand? So they vary. So they're all costs. So just for you to put those into consideration, they may come in a question whereby there may be some other costs that are attached to buying as well. Okay?
Yes, I get it. But that one, I think they are always relevant costs.
Yes, they will be relevant costs. They will actually they will depend. If they vary with the quantity, like in this case, if you go to buy cement, you buy cement for, let's say, $300 per bag, and the guy who is gonna take it for you, says how to call it, we are going to load for you for $5 and offload for you for $10 per bag. That varies, isn't it? So then that in that case, you should come here. Okay. Is that clear, everybody? So the total variable cost of buying is the total cost here. So we make it bold. Okay. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to compare the two. We've already calculated the relevant cost of making, and we've already calculated the relevant cost of buying. Okay. As you can see here, now we have to take a decision, but this time around, instead of saying a make or buy, we have to find the difference between them. Okay. We have to find the difference between the two. So let's find the difference here. So we say difference in relevant cost. Difference in relevant cost. Okay, so we take the cost of making. Okay, so we take the cost of making minus the cost of buying. So what formula should we put here? We want to subtract the cost of making. We want to subtract the cost of buying from cost of making. Okay. So what formula should we put here? Let me see who can. Mama,
let me try.
Mama, you have been very quiet today. Mama.
Yeah, let me try. Yes.
I hope you are not at the office.
No. I'm at home, but I'm not very well today. I don't know. But let me try.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Equal to C11.
C11.
Minus.
And minus also, you have to be careful. The key that has minus has got almost similar. You have minus with a smaller one, and you have another minus, but this one is a bit longer. The first one, that is the one at the bottom, is the actual minus. And when you are pressing it, you don't have to press any shift. Okay? The other minus on top is the what? Underscore. So underscore is different from minus. So if you want to put minus and you press shift and minus key is going to give you underscore, it's not going to work. Okay? Right. So
minus T14.
T14. And we enter.
Yeah, then you replicate.
We replicate. Okay. Good. So when we replicate, we have 3,000, we have negative 3,000, we have negative 6,000, and we have 2,000. And what does this mean? What does this mean?
Sorry, can I try?
Yes, you can try.
Is it the cost of making minus the cost of buying? Since I was typing, that's right.
Yes, it's the cost of making minus the cost of buying.
Yes, like if it is a positive sign, in that case, buying will be cheaper.
Okay, then that means it is cheaper to buy. So that means the two positive numbers, which are W and Z. So that means it will be cheaper to buy product W and product Z by 3,000 and 2,000 respectively, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
Good. That's a good attempt. And if it is minus, what does that mean?
If it is minus, in that case, it will be cheaper to make than to buy.
Okay, it will be cheaper to make. As you can obviously see, it's gonna cost you 39,000 to make, while it's gonna cost you 42,000 to buy. Okay, good. So I'm going to type as just a statement here. Okay, of course, you don't have to do that. I'll share this workbook with you, and you will definitely find it there. But that explains exactly what Mane has just said. Okay, so we're trying to comment on this. So I'll just say comment, and I'm going to type my comment here. So, but I'm gonna make I'm gonna merge these sounds, and then I'm gonna align them to the left so that I can type easily. Okay, so it's exactly what we have said, maybe in a different way. The company would save 3,000. You don't have to dictate anything. It's gonna be here. The company would save pounds 3,000. Let's use 3,000. The company would save 3,000 and 2,000. The company would save 3,000 and 2,000 per annum, okay, for buying components W, buying components W and Z, respectively. That's exactly the way we said it, respectively. Okay. Therefore, components W, therefore components W and Z, components W and Z should, components W and Z should, components W and Z should be purchased from the subcontractor, should be purchased from the subcontractor, should be purchased from the subcontractor, and components X and Y should be produced internally. Should be produced internally. Okay. So this is exactly what we are saying. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this as well so that it can fit in here. Okay. So this is the way the comment is gonna look like. So I'm gonna make the comment bold. Okay. Right. So this is the way our question is gonna be answered. Any questions, please, before we move?
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Fofana.
Yes, sir.
Like in a case where you give like a question like this, like when you do the calculation,